coffee can be helpful in getting me to focus and giving me the energy and the motivation to get going. However, because I also have anxiety, it exacerbates that so badly that I have like this love-hate relationship with coffee. Hey guys, it's Siobhan with ToKittyandBeyond. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing something a little bit different. Normally on this channel we do tarot, spirituality, Starseed, Lightworker content. Today is a review for the brand Everyday Dose. So I was looking into mushroom teas, herbs, and things that I could use to improve some of the mental things that I've been struggling with. So for those of you who are regulars here on the channel, you know that I did a little brief community announcement letting you guys know that I'd recently been diagnosed with ADHD. So I have combined type, inattentive, and hyperactive, although the hyperactive is more internalized, and I've been struggling with that a lot. I mean, I've been struggling with that my whole life. I just didn't know that's what it was. Yeah. So now that I have a name, a label, and I can understand it better, I was looking for things that I can do. So therapy is obviously something that I've been an advocate of and a proponent for. Is that right? Yeah. And I've done a lot of it. So EMDR, psychotherapy, hypnosis therapy, all sorts of different things. Kitty, stop it. Thank you. So those things have been helpful, but I've also been looking for things that can supplement that without doing like hardcore medication. So I'm looking to rhodiola, herbs like ashwagandha, reishi, lion's mane, things that are known to be helpful in cognitive function, memory, focus, attention, and energy levels and things like that. So yeah, I've been wanting to find things that would work for me. I've also in the past kind of gone on and off of coffee periodically. I find that coffee can be helpful in getting me to focus and giving me the energy and the motivation to get going. However, because I also have anxiety, it exacerbates that so badly that I have like this love-hate relationship with coffee, where it was like such a ritual for me, but it caused me so much anxiety and it almost like wasn't worth it. So that's kind of where I've been at over the last like 5 years, was like really going hard on coffee, and then I'd try to stop cold turkey and switch to teas, and it was just like this constant roller coaster back and forth where the tea wasn't quite enough but the coffee was too much, and I'm just like, I feel like Goldilocks, like where's my middle bed, you know, the one that's just right. Everyday Dose is that for me. So I'm not sponsored, I'm not being paid by them at all, but I do really like this product. Like, I mean, okay, so basically it started out like I was looking for an adaptogenic tea. I was looking at mud water initially, but I kind of steered away from that because first of all, it didn't have some of the other stuff I was looking for, and it was chai, which I'm not a huge like hater of chai, but I wanted something that was coffee. Like I wanted it to taste like coffee. I wanted it to look and perform like coffee. And so I was like kind of hesitating on the mud water, and I'm glad I did, because lo and behold, I started seeing Everyday Dose popping up on my Instagram feed and showing me advertisements. And I was like, what is this? I like the advertising. I really like the branding. I like the colors. I like the themes. So immediately I was like, ooh, shiny. If you have ADHD, you know, it's like a visual stim, and I'm a very visual person. So, you know, the holographic and the mushroom and like the trippiness, I was like, yeah, this is for me. This is my jam. So I clicked on the website also super trippy, really fun to look at, love the themes. I was like, can you guys make my website? Can you get whoever made yours to do something like that, but for me, and branded ToKittyandBeyond? Because that would be great. And so right away, I already knew I was sold, but then I looked at the information and I didn't even know anything about what this coffee was all about. I looked at it and it's like adaptogens, specifically for memory and focus. And the guy who created it has ADHD, and he was trying to get off of his Ritalin. And so this was exactly what I was looking for. So thank you, Spirit, for sending this my way. They've done that before. They will use the Instagram algorithms to show me things that are going to benefit me. Like I literally came across soul realignment, Akashic record reading through Instagram algorithm. I'd already been kind of seeing Akashic stuff pop up, and I'd been gifted books in the past. So the universe was like making it very clear, like this is the one. But yeah, anyway, back to the main story theme. I'm fucking ADHD, I swear to God. Wait, where was I? Kitty. Hi, baby. Come on up. Come say hi. Come say hi. The maker of it has ADHD himself. It's made for memory and focus. It's got 2 types of mushrooms. It also has l-theanine. I think I'm saying that right. L-theanine, whatever. And that's supposed to also help with ADHD. It's used as a, you know, non-pharmaceutical supplement and things like that to treat ADHD. Kitty. So that's helpful as well, and I'll give you the full story on that in a second. The main selling point for me was actually that it's got coffee extract in it, so the flavor is of coffee. It's not like chai or some other kind of flavor. I wanted it to taste like coffee, and it does, and I'm so happy about that. Like, thank you. Hi. Hello. Yes, so it tastes like coffee, it performs like coffee. I don't get jittery from it. I really don't experience any anxiety or anything. If anything, it gives me kind of like a calming effect. So the caffeine that's in it is so minimal that it doesn't even register. And I'm pretty sensitive to caffeine. I'm pretty sensitive to everything. I'll tell you more about that in a second, about the l-theanine, okay? So basically, if you give me like a small dose of anything, my body reacts to it pretty aggressively. And then it gets used to it, as we tend to do, right? The body is very adaptable. And so I'll get used to it, and then it won't be so bad. But definitely, like the first time I try something, my body's always like, ah, what is this? Because it's on hypervigilant mode, anxiety, PTSD, ADHD, all that good stuff. So anyway, it comes in the mail, I order it, I'm like, yeah, okay, like I'll sign up for the subscription. If I don't like it, I can cancel it. That was probably a bad idea also, because ADHD, if you have it, you know, if you order something and it is on like an auto refill thing, chances are you're gonna forget. Like, I had so much Proactive just piled up, and I finally, after like, I had like boxes and boxes, and it was hundreds of dollars of this shit, and I'm like, hey, guys, stop sending this to me. Like, I can't even go through it fast enough. Anyway. Back to this. Signed up, got the initial package, and this is what it looks like. I did like an unveiling or an unboxing, I did an unboxing on my Instagram, and I didn't save that story, so I can't even show that to you here, but I did keep the box. It's empty, but I kept the box. So the box that it came in, first of all, how cute, like embossed gold with like the lightning strike and the S, and I just thought, like, again, like the branding just, it gets me. And then the inside was really cute too, so it's like the mushroom latte, and it's got this little thing, so scoop a dose and drop it in your mug, pour in water, and then milk of choice. Now quickly stir or whip it real good, whip it real good. While some people immediately feel more focused, less stressed, and get better sleep, it can take up to 21 days to fully activate the power of these adaptogenic mushrooms. 21 servings included to fuel the magic you bring to the world. Dose every day for superior results. So this is the bag. Again, guys, look, like, it's so pretty. It's so pretty. The holographic rainbow and the stars and like sparkles, and I'm just like, ooh, I kept, it's empty, by the way. I went through the whole thing and I kept this bag because I'm like, it's pretty. I don't want to throw it away. Came with a little second to-go pack, which I also used because I ran out, and I went a day between when the new order would come in, like the re-up would come in, and like that refill would hit. I woke up that morning, I was pissed. Like, I really wanted, not pissed at everyday dose, I was just agitated because I get up in the morning now and I'm looking forward to having my everyday dose, and I didn't have it that morning because it was coming, and I was really upset. My boyfriend's like, are you okay? I was like, no, like, I'm not. I'm agitated. I'm like visibly agitated. And I was like cranky and snappy. And I don't know if that's because the everyday dose is treating my ADHD. And it is making it easier for me. I've made more videos, I've been more productive, I feel like I have more sustained energy with no crash, no jitteriness, no anxiety, nothing like that. So yeah, I mean, it's subtle, so I haven't really like noticed it. I don't think it's been like a night and day type of change, but looking back over the last 30 days, it has been like, it has, now that I actually sit and think about it. It's hard when you have ADHD to track like through time, because time just doesn't exist. It's all like timey-wimey, like it doesn't exist, okay? So my perception of time, my episodic memory, my ability to track events in linear, like, no, that's not happening. So yeah, it's been 30 days. It feels like it's been 3, but yeah, there has been some pretty significant results. So anyway, it also came with this instruction manual, just in case you really needed it, but actually it's helpful because it does have some recipes. It tells you how to do it. There's month 1, month 2, month 3, and what you can expect. So I like that. I think that it was really, you know, nice of them to include this. They have different doses. So the Minimalist is 1 scoop, the Morning Warrior is 2, the Caffeine Fiend is 3. I've never done 3. I started out with 1 and then I halved it. Okay, yeah, the l-theanine story is coming. Hold on. The Morning Warrior I've done once and it was fine. Like, I didn't notice any jitteriness or anxiety or anything like that I would get from coffee. So it really just kind of gave me a little bit more oomph, I guess. I still have my bad days. Like, I have bad brain days where it's hard for me to prioritize, plan, execute, executive function, all of that good stuff. But I feel like it has been a bit better, like a bit better to the point where it's at least noticeable, which is good. It also came with this cute little, I don't know, it's like an infographic almost, because it says 1 day at a time, which I like because it's kind of how I have to live my life. Because having ADHD and having it be untreated and undiagnosed for 33 years, yeah, I have had to take life 1 day at a time. And because I have no sense of time, that's also what happens. I'm taking life 1 day at a time because I have no awareness of what any other day is. But I like that on the back it's got the everyday dose information. So it's got the it's got the supplement facts, it's got the amino acid stack, it's GMO, keto, dairy-free, gluten-free. That was important for me because I'm pretty sure I'm gluten sensitive. The amino acids are also really interesting because it's supposed to improve gut health too. So they do say that. They say after 30 days, you should see an improvement in gut health. I did, okay? So I have gastrointestinal reflux disorder, whatever. Went to the doctor a couple of years ago and I thought they were heart palpitations. Turns out I was having like esophageal spasms because I had chronic heartburn that I was so used to that I didn't even feel it anymore. Like, I didn't notice it because it was just there all the time. ADHD people also have a hard time with interoception. So like feeling into what's going on in the body, noticing pain, registering pain, that kind of stuff. So that was something that I've been struggling with for a long time. And I started doing celery juice every morning. That helped the heartburn to go away. But then I stopped. Like, I kind of fell off the wagon with that because it's a lot of executive function to get up in the morning and do this whole process every single day. And you have to do it fresh or it doesn't work as well. So it was like, yeah, that kind of just kicked my ass and I feel shit about it now because I'm like, I needed this and I can't sustain it because executive dysfunction. So the everyday dose is helping me. It is helping my stomach. I do notice a difference. I don't get heartburn from it. It's not acidic like coffee. Also, guys, this is so huge because I loved coffee so much for the flavor and for the boost it would give me, but I hated it for the anxiety, the jitteriness, and the acidity because it would cause me such bad heartburn. It was like gross feeling. And even just drinking it, like it tasted kind of like almost acidic. Like yeah, anyway, you get it. This one's not like that. So I actually one day was house sitting for my boyfriend's parents and I didn't have my honey or my creamer that I usually put in it. I have like an oat milk, vanilla silk creamer or whatever that I'll put in the coffee, or I have organic wildflower honey. I like that too. And so usually I need sweetness, like I'm a sweets girl. But I didn't have anything and they didn't have anything there. So I was like, well, shit, I want to have my coffee. So I guess I'm just going to have it black. I hate black coffee because it's bitter and it's acidic, but everyday dose wasn't. And I was like, I had the one little sip and I was like, oh my God, I can actually drink this and enjoy it, and it tastes good. Like, it tasted like coffee, but not bitter and not acidic. So it was like all of the things that I wanted from coffee, but had never gotten from coffee. Everyday Dose has delivered that to me. This is huge. And like I said, I look forward every morning to getting up and having it. It's like a ritual for me now. I just put on the electric kettle. It takes 2 seconds. I pour it in, mix it. You don't need one of those fancy like whisk mixers or like the electric ones. I just stir it with a spoon. It's fine as long as the water's hot enough. And then pour in your creamer or your sweetener or whatever you want to put. So it's so simple, it's so easy, it doesn't take much executive function, and it releases dopamine because I'm excited about the taste, I'm excited about the sustained energy, I'm excited about how I'm gonna feel after I drink it, I'm excited about how productive I can be and all the things I can do. Like, I can film videos, I can edit, I can do client work, you know, one-on-one for hours at a time and focus. Like, it's not like 100% better, but I would say it's probably like 40%, which is something, right? Like, and that's actually a big something when you have ADHD that's been undiagnosed, untreated for 33 years, because like, I didn't realize how bad it was until I kind of started doing some research and talking to therapists and doctors. And it was like, oh yeah, no, this shouldn't be that bad. Like, I just had no context. I had no other comparison. So yeah. Anyway, this coffee has been like, it's probably hyperbolic, but it's been life-changing for me because like I'm just a hyperbolic person. Yeah. So, well, it's been life-changing for me. And I'm really thankful that I bought it. And I'm really thankful that the second refill came only a day after I ran out of the initial bag that they sent, which was also 30 servings, not 21, by the way. They emailed me and said, hey, you got like a bigger bag, so here's a little extra bonus. I was like, sweet, thanks. Like, okay. So the only downside is that it's shipping from the US and I'm in Canada. So I think maybe that's why it comes a little bit after the 30 days are up or the 21 days are up or whatever, because the timing to ship across the border is slower. But that's not their fault. Like, I get it. It is what it is. So the kit also came with this cute little travel mug that keeps it really warm and insulated. It's like almost like one of those little wine ones. It also came with a little scooper so you can measure out coffee. Oh yeah, also it smells bad. Like, if you open the bag and just sniff the powder, it's like, it smells gross, but it tastes delicious. So like, just don't smell it. But maybe that's also just because I'm sensory sensitive. So like, certain smells, tastes, textures, things like that will always kind of be a little icky for me, or a lot icky, depending on what it is. But it came with all of these things. I'm really happy with all that stuff. The only downside that I've noticed was actually not to do with the coffee at all. It was the little thing on the lid that seals the mouthpiece, or like the mouth, what do you fucking call that? Mouth stopper, whatever. The piece that seals the mouth closed on the little tumbler thing that they sent. It snapped off one day when I was in the car, and it actually like went in my mouth. So I guess it fell into the thing, and then I drank, and it was like a little piece of plastic. And so I spit it out and I was like, what's this? And then I realized that the little slidey bit doesn't work anymore. So, I mean, like, again, it's a new company, and they sourced this tumbler thing from other people, and maybe it's just like a freak accident. I don't know. But anyways, like, that kind of was a bummer for me, because I did like the fact that it was sealed, so you could close it so I could drive with it and it wouldn't like spill everywhere, or it would, you know, I could forget about it for an hour and then come back, and if it was sealed, it would still be hot. Because yes, I do drink a lot of cold tea and coffee because I forget and I don't have a microwave, so cold it is. Maybe just add some ice and turn lemons into lemonade, turn coffee into iced coffee. So yeah, so that was kind of the only one downside that I've had. The one other caveat to that, the one other thing that has been like a little bit of a, but it went away, was the first day. So the first day that I got the powder in the mail, I unboxed it, I did all of that, and then I went and made myself a coffee, and I was like, wow, this is delicious, and I drank it and I felt fine. I felt really energized for like a couple of hours afterwards, and I was like, yeah, it's working. Like, I can tell I'm focused, I can tell I have good energy. And then I had a doctor's appointment, and on the drive over to the doctor, I started to almost feel like I was high, Now these are not psychedelic mushrooms that are in here. It's chaga and lion's mane, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, chaga and lion's mane. There's collagen in there for your skin, your nails, your stomach. There's like all those amino acids or whatever. And then there's the l-theanine. So it wasn't the mushrooms, it was the l-theanine. And so I think because I've never been treated for ADHD, so I've only ever self-medicated with like weed and alcohol. I've never tried any kind of like things to help to fix the brain chemicals or whatever's going on with the dopamine and stuff like that. So the l-theanine is supposed to help with dopamine. And I definitely didn't expect it to have like that much of an effect, that it was so noticeable. So we're driving in the car. Thank God I wasn't driving when it hit, because I would have had to pull over because I felt like I was high. And everything just became like super crystal clear. Everything was like majorly in focus, but because I wasn't expecting it, and it was kind of like a flip had just switched. It was kind of like a switch had just flipped, and I was kind of shook. Like I wasn't expecting it. So it's kind of like if you've ever like eaten a brownie and then it turned out to be a weed brownie, it's like 10 times worse because you didn't expect the high to come on. Do you know what I mean? So it's kind of like that. And it was like, oh, all of a sudden now the like reality is distorted and I don't know why or what's happening. And the only thing I'd done different that day was the everyday dose. It never happened again after that. Okay, I'll get to that. But that first day, I was like, what the hell? And I started kind of freaking out because my nervous system is constantly kind of wired for fight or flight or freeze. And so what happened was because I realized that something was happening, and I don't like being out of control of my consciousness, my mind, my thought processes, and how I interact with reality. So that freaked me right out. And because I was scared, because I wasn't expecting this, my nervous system just shut everything down and I went nonverbal. So I like couldn't talk. We get to the location and I'm like, I can't talk right now. I don't know what's happening. And he's like, maybe it's just nerves because we're going to a new doctor. And I'm like, no, because I was not nervous about this at all. It's just, you know, an initial consultation to go talk about like the gut stuff and all that. You know, I was like freaked out, and obviously I just waited a bit to calm down. And then everything kind of went back to normal, and well, not back to normal, but like I could talk again and I could walk and like interact with the world. Like it just felt like initially my freeze response was just like shut down. Like I can't get up and walk around. I can't talk to anybody. And that happens sometimes without anything. It's if I'm scared, that will just happen. Or if I feel under threat, that can happen too. So anyway, I get up, I go into the doctor's appointment, and I'm doing the consultation, and I have all my notes on all of the symptoms that I'm experiencing and what I wanted to talk to her about. And I'm noticing also that I'm interacting with her differently. I'm like, it's uncomfortable for me to make eye contact. I feel like I'm super vulnerable and exposed, but at the same time, I'm like really honed in on what's happening around me. Like I'm super focused. And where normally I would be like, oh my God, I love your outfit, and like your shirt's so cute. And I'm just like, I'm a very bubbly, like easily distractible, like, ooh, shiny kind of person, because I think I've always identified as like that being who I am, but maybe that's just my ADHD. I don't know. But anyways, when I was like high like this, that one day, it was like I noticed those things and then didn't say anything. It's like I didn't have to because I'd already processed it in my mind. So I think that was like it was reducing or dampening down the impulsivity and like the initial dopamine hit from like seeing something that I like. But I like complimenting people. So I don't know, it just felt kind of weird and different. And I was very matter of fact, like I was on topic the whole time, which normally I go off on a million different tangents. And I was really focused on like tracking symptoms and history and stuff like that. And which normally, again, it would be like my brain's like ping pong, except for there's like 10 people playing pong and there's like 50 balls and it's just like chaos. So I did find that it was like boom, 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 boom. All of a sudden she's like asking me questions. I'm like, here's the answer, here's the answer, here's the answer, here's the answer, and here's the context. Without any fluff or added stuff or hyperbole or anything. Like it was just, yeah. I was like, weird. So We were there for an hour, we left, and then we were driving back and it was half an hour back. And on the ride back, I was starting to feel more normal again. But I was still feeling like that. And I could still see that like everything was clearer, my impulsivity was down, my thoughts were like quieter almost. It was kind of like everything just had this, it like zoomed in, like hyper focused kind of, everything is fuzzy and like kind of staticky, and there's like background noise is like my normal. And I've never like, I didn't ever know that it could be the other way, so I didn't have context. So I think that's another reason it freaked me out. So it never happened again though, which is the weird thing. So I was like, it must be the coffee, it's the only thing I've done differently. So I had half a dose the second day to just see if anything, you know, would come again, and it didn't. And then because I felt more safe with half a dose, I was like, okay, let's go back up to a full dose on like the third or fourth day, and nothing happened again. So either my body just like had initial real sensitivity or reaction to the l-theanine, or I don't know, but it didn't happen again. It just does give me more like focus and the ability to maintain that focus and to take action and stuff like that. Like today, I cleaned out my refrigerator and I showered and I did my hair and makeup and I'm filming and went to the grocery store and did all that. So like that's a big day for me. I know that most people do that on like an everyday basis. Not me, no. That's not normal for me, and it's a great day if I can do those things. So I feel really good about that. It almost feels kind of sad, but you know, like you gotta take the wins for what they are. And when you're different, you're different. Like you just gotta honor where you're at. So yeah, so that was the only two things that were kind of like about it, was the fact that the little mug thingy broke and that the l-theanine on that first day kind of like punched me in the face. Since then, no side effects, nothing like that, only positive things. I don't notice an improvement in my skin, but that's also probably because I've been eating crappy lately. I've just kind of fallen off the health bandwagon a little bit, hence why I'm going to the doctor to try and kickstart myself again into, you know, vegetables and juicing and yeah. So that has not changed, but I have noticed an improvement in my gut health. I don't have heartburn anymore, and I haven't really changed anything, and I've been eating like crap. So that's really, I think the everyday dose is really pulling its weight there and kind of saving me. I definitely noticed that it's better for mood. I get really dysregulated quite easily. So I mean, I know how to ground, I know how to clear, I know how to regulate myself fairly well. But because of the way that my brain is wired, because of the way that my body is, and because of the things I've been through in the past as well, there is just a tendency for me to become more dysregulated more easily. Like I'm just very sensitive, which is also probably part of my superpower. Like that's why I'm psychic and I do what I do for a living, is I'm just so freaking sensitive. I can feel everything, see everything. No, not everything. So if you guys are interested in checking it out, I will link the website down below. Oh, and before I forget, I reached out to Everyday Dose on Instagram because I've been in contact with them before. I was wondering about what's going on with this l-theanine stuff. If I can find the conversation, I might put it in here so you guys can see. But yeah, so they gave me a 15% off promo code, so it's Kitty15. So you can use that at checkout and get 15% off your first purchase, I believe. So let me know if that works. You know, leave it in the comments below if you go and you try to get it and the promo code works, because I don't know, they sent it to me, so here you go. I just wanted to see if I could get a discount for you guys. Oh yeah, that's pretty much my review. Overall, I think I would give it like 4.5 stars. You know what, like fuck it, I would give it 5 stars. 5 stars, because it's a new staple for me. Like it's a what do they call it? Holy grail. Yeah, it's a holy grail for me, definitely. So yeah, 5 stars. So thank you Everyday Dose for making this product, making it available, advertising so I could get it, and for being in contact with me and being really professional and supportive, and even giving a promo code. So yeah, thank you so much. Freaking sponsor me, like pay me. Just pay me in coffee. That'd be cool. Yeah. Anyways, I hope that you guys enjoyed this and that it was helpful to you if you're interested in trying the product. That's my honest opinion, my personal experience, and some of my own ramblings too. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe to the channel if you're into spirituality. I do like random product reviews. This is the second one in the history of the channel. So like I don't really, but if you like spirituality, if you like tarot, if you're into starseed stuff, galactic Akashic readings and things like that, then stick around. And if not, thanks for stopping by. I'm so glad that you clicked on the video, watched the video, like it at least, maybe. Thanks. Okay, I love you guys, and we'll see you next time.